It's a restaurant that refuses to be labeled and loves to keep people guessing. It's why they have been called the most misunderstood restaurant in Britain. When you hear this name, Ikoyi, what comes to mind? Japanese, right? Sorry, not even close. Actually, the name comes from a neighborhood in Nigeria. And when they were starting out, they used a lot of spices from that area. But people coming to get classic West African cuisine were really disappointed. This is exactly what happened when they opened in 2017 and TripAdvisor was flooded with one-star reviews. But it didn't stop them, because in 2022, Ikoyi received their second Michelin star. So today we travel to London to discover it for ourselves and solve a good old-fashioned mystery. What is this place they call Ikoyi? To get there, we need to go to Temple, the historic legal district of London. Home of the 800-year-old Temple Church, where Robert and Sophie searched for clues in Dan Brown's book, The Da Vinci Code. Well, just down the street is the mysterious Ikoyi. A cheerful welcome, and we are brought here to a private dining area. It's great for privacy and recording sound. But I can't help but wonder what the vibe is like in the dining room. This table setting is as minimalist as I have seen. The wood, metal and stone with the lighting create a warm, refined and timeless feel. And it's functional too. Soon the first bite will arrive and set the scene for the whole menu. Who shows up to introduce it? Chef Jeremy Chan. This is one of his signature creations. Smoked beef from Cornwall, glazed in a citrus chili marinade, with 10-day aged English bluefin tuna belly, topped with a dragon cucumber pickle and trout roe. We get more than a delicious bite, bursting with flavor. Chef Jeremy also gives us our first clue about Ikoyi and what it's all about.
At this restaurant, we really like to use hyper-seasonal British produce. Spice is kind of the driving force of the seasoning of the menu, but really it's about produce, technique, cooking things out of menus.
So I really like this first bite, but what I can't stand is the lighting in the room. The lamp only lights up the center of the table. When a dish is in front of me, I can't see it in its full glory. Our next bite is sea bass and tagetes. Tagetes, also known as marigold, give it a fresh, floral flavor and aroma. The sea bass has a rich, subtle flavor. This straw-like texture scratched my mouth a bit and was intriguing for my taste buds and my brain. I like everything about it, including the plate. This is metalwork by Alex Paul. Each dent comes from a hammer strike made by hand. We have seen his work at Lancloom as well. Beautiful craftsmanship. Those were the first couple of bites of the 14-course tasting menu for €420. For drinks, they have 3 pairings to choose from: sake, tea, and of course, wine. My friends try sake and tea. For me, I decide to pass. I am in the mood for a big burgundy. The sommelier recommends a special bottle that was not on the wine list. A 2015 Lucien Lemoine Bata Montrachet. The year 2015 is widely regarded as an exceptional year in Burgundy. And this Grand Cru is in the top 10 for the region. And here it is just over €2,000. Our next bite is a tartlet called langoustine and licorice. The shell is paper thin and crunched like a potato chip. It contrasts with the softness of the langoustine, which has been gently warmed in the preserved elderflower. This had lovely sweet, almost honey-like flavors, with a spicy thing going on as well. Our next appetizer is called Drunken Squid Toast. It's a confit squid made with spiced oxidized wine and served on toast made with fermented rice and squidding. On top, thinly sliced black truffle. Does it remind you of anything? I take this opportunity to test the humor of the staff.
It's Oreo?
Yes, it's an Oreo,
Yeah.
but a savoury
Nice.
squid version.
He doesn't miss a beat. Staff humor, level 100. So far, so good. Exciting first bites. They explore a variety of flavor, each creating a different sensation. It's like warming up before a workout, with some neck rotations, some stretching, except this is for the taste buds. Saffron and muscle cream caramel are next, featuring lightly poached razor clams, savory beetroot reduction, N25 Kaluga caviar and saffron. The team at Ikoyi worked closely with N25 to produce a longer-aged caviar, increasing the nuttiness and making it unique to the restaurant. It's a luxurious fusion of delicate seafood and bold flavors. The razor clams have a perfect chewy texture. Combined with the earthiness of beetroot and the decadence of caviar, this dish goes in the S tier for sure. As you have probably gathered, this cuisine is hard to put your finger on. The reason lies within its two founders, head chef Jeremy Chen and managing director Iré Hassan-Odukale. Iré grew up in Lagos, Nigeria and moved to the UK at age 14. He went on to study at the London School of Economics and was expected to follow in the footsteps of his father and grandfather in the family's insurance business. But after a few years, he wanted something new. Enter his high school friend, chef Jeremy Chen. Born in the UK, Jeremy lived in Hong Kong and Canada. As a teenager, he became fascinated with languages and became fluent in 6 of them before moving to the States to study at Princeton. Soon, he was using his powerful memory for more than just languages. He moved to Spain and started a career in finance, but soon was more interested in creating recipes than crunching numbers. He quit his job, moved to London and started knocking on kitchen doors all over the city. Claude Bossy at Hibiscus was the first to answer. Then René Redzepi at Noma. And later Heston Blumenthal at Dinner by Heston. At each restaurant, Chef Jeremy soaked up information like a sponge. Then, in 2016, he was approached by his old high school friend Iré. Before long, their restaurant was born. Named after the Nigerian neighborhood Iré grew up in. In 2017, Ikoyi opened its doors, but the response was less than positive. People expecting West African cuisine were not impressed with the Chinese, Canadian, UK chef creating out-of-the-box dishes with their spices. And Ikoyi started ranking up 1-star reviews on TripAdvisor. Luckily, food critics with open minds loved it. 1 year later, Michelin arrived with a star and brought a second in 2022. The same year, the restaurant moved to a new, larger location. To this day, Ikoyi refuses to be pigeonholed, with Chef Jeremy insisting that his cuisine is not fine dining. He prefers the term refined dining and leaves it at that. And here he is to introduce our next dish.
So this is a little taste of summer in England.
This is a signature dish of the restaurant. Glazed courgette in a tomato water reduction served with Jazzy Fizzle tomato, which is definitely the coolest tomato name out there. It's glazed with raspberry reduction, licorice leaf, basil and tomato. A piece of grilled lobster claw brushed with hot chili sauce and finished with a bit of fig leaf oil. There is also a silky orange sauce made with fresh melon juice and hazelnuts. There is so much happening in one dish. It's a playground of taste and texture and ticks all the flavor boxes. I really love this dish. We are at the halfway point and it's time for a kitchen tour. Here, the open kitchen is in full view. It's peaceful and organized. Back at the table, I request a wine from the pairing to go with my next course. It's a 2022 Selva Dolce from northern Italy. It was a good call. This wine is luscious with deep gold color. It's paired with this. Smoked sweetbread suya. Suya is a traditional smoked spice meat skewer from Nigeria, but it's popular all across West Africa. Here they use that concept to create this dish. The sweetbread is seasoned with a blend of 20 spices before it's brined, caramelized, grilled and smoked. It's served with creamed green beans and peas, topped with salad of shiso, chrysanthemum and black mint. So far, I really liked every dish, but in one area I have mixed feelings. The portions are quite big and the presentation is turning rustic and starting to lack elegance. For example, these large leaves. However, in terms of flavor, they make no compromises. I really enjoy the play of spices and the quality of the ingredients. Reimagining classic foods in his own style isn't just limited to the kitchen at Ikoyi. In 2023, Chef Jeremy teamed up with Shake Shack Covent Garden for a hyper-exclusive collab called the Ikoyi Burger, and served for just 1 day at a price of €18. It's not their only limited edition collab in the last year. In May of 2024, they offered a scale-back version of their tasting menu. It was 5 courses for just €70 in an exclusive deal with Uber Eats. The deal was on for just 2 days. Who will they collaborate with next? Your guess is as good as mine. we have great news for you. When we reach 500,000 subscribers, we will have another insane giveaway. We are still a little far from there, but you all keep saying that the channel deserves more subscribers. You said it, not me. But the truth is, 66% of you watch our videos without subscribing. So if you guys hit that subscribe button, we can reach that goal much faster. Let's get there together. Details coming soon. At this point, this room is not my favorite. It's facing the entrance, where people are constantly coming and going. At first, the lazy Susan in the middle of the table was a novel, cool feature. It was fun for a minute, but I prefer regular service. Next, we get to watch a course being prepared. It's called scallop fudge. It starts with the skirt of the scallop, which are steamed overnight. Then it's confit, caramelized, smoked and grilled. Chef Jeremy then adds a reduction of scallop water and buffalo sauce, which is almost like a fudge. Then the whole thing is bruleed. Served with it is brown crab bisque, carrot pudding, an eggplant caramelized with pumpkin seed miso. If you force me to pinpoint what is happening on my tongue, I would be in trouble. Unbelievably deep, rich, complex flavors. It has a bit of sweetness, almost like a Nutella for adults. And suddenly some spiciness kicks in, and wow! The menu has taken a completely different direction than what I was expecting based on the first courses. It lost its elegance and is heading in a rustic direction. At this point, I must admit that the Bâtard Montrachet was a mistake. The wine worked well with the first few bites of the menu, but at this point the flavors are so deep and the spice is so dominant that the wine doesn't work. I'm glad I tasted this wine, but I ordered a sake for the main course. Many of you seem to think that people leave Michelin-star restaurants still hungry and have to go to McDonald's or something. From my experience, this is a myth. Almost every time I leave feeling very satisfied. But here the portions are larger and I'm already quite full. Even though the main course is still to come, Chef Jeremy walks us through it. Grass-fed beef sourced from a local farm. Today it's Angus beef. Barbecued and glazed with onion caramel, and goat horn pepper with fermented vegetable glaze. In the middle are emulsions of shiitake mushroom and red sauerkraut, and the jelly made with onion jus infused with cinnamon basil. It's served with the signature rice dish of the restaurant, smoked jollof rice served with custard made with lobster and braised Scottish Giro mushrooms. At this point, the elegance in the presentation has gone out the window. Chopped tomatoes on the plate seem like a shortcut. But I have to say, in terms of flavor, it was a great dish and worked really well with the sake. With the savory courses behind us, it's time for the sweet. We asked them several times that if there would be a free table in the main dining area, we would love to sit there. And that time has come. But by this time, most of the guests have left. So I don't get to experience the true atmosphere when it's full of life. Things really start to relax now, maybe a little too much. Now the main service is over and the kitchen team have started cleaning. It's one of the drawbacks of this open kitchen. It's not an elegant sight. Time for our first dessert. Fresh licorice leaf with a frozen disc of caramelized cherry juice. Then cream infused with preserved pine shiitake and vanilla. And baba ganoush made with smoked eggplant. Another extremely complex dish here. For me, it's a little bit too complicated. I think it was trying to showcase too many things at once. After all the stimulation of my taste buds, I would prefer something simple. And now for dessert number 2. It starts with sugar harvested from Palmyra flowers. It's made into a mousse flavored with red long peppers on top of malted barley cookie, hazelnut tuile and English blackberries with date pudding. This dessert is more my speed. Our last sweet bites are more amazing creations with seasonal fruit and even more unique combinations of ingredients. We have yellow peach with saffron granita, honey melon from Mantova, Italy, dipped in strawberry consommé with peppercorn and cinnamon basil. Finally, a tartlet with walnut fudge on the bottom and chocolate ganache flavored with soya spices with a caramelized fig on top. Sweet and tangy with a lot of juicy goodness. And that wraps up our experience at Ikoyi. Our total for today is 4,600 euros for 3. So what is this place called Ikoyi? Now that you have seen it, what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. About Ikoyi, I will say this. My experience was something different. I really liked the flavors. The spices were used in a very playful way. I discovered taste I have never had before and would gladly have again. The first part of the menu was refined and elegant in every aspect. Then it shifted to a more robust and less of a fine dining experience. And the portions were enormous, so by the end I was uncomfortably full. The flavor combinations are very interesting, exciting and bold. My friends had the sake pairing and it worked really well with the dishes. If you visit Ikoyi, I definitely recommend the sake pairing. Chef Jeremy does things very differently from others, which can sometimes be risky. It's clear that in a busy and competitive market, they try to stand out with different messages. Later, these messages caused confusion. Now that they have found their path, they no longer need to label themselves. I think Chef Jeremy just needs to keep going down this bold path because it's the right direction for him. I think that as time goes on, he will find that balance that will take him to the top. I'm really curious to see where this gifted chef will be in 10 years. Congratulations and best of luck! And that does it for this episode. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, hit subscribe. See you next time.
You can call me stupid,